My name is Muryani. I am a lead design researcher in Inwith Forward. Hi there. I do a lot of research with users. So it's really people, right? So human-centered design. And so we spend a lot of time with people to understand pain points and gaps between where people want to be and where they're at. In a typical ethnographic research, we usually spend 3 months with people on the ground. And so for us, research is a means to an end. So we use research and data to generate new ideas and opportunity where we could think about what to test and what we could prototype next with local organizations in that context. We're heading to the library to see whether we could meet more young families and to ask them whether they're interested for an interview. Massey Theatre as an organization is really looking for a new direction. They're looking for a new vision. They are trying to reimagine what an arts institution could look like in the future. When we hear stories like this, we really want to reimagine a different model of an art institution that could meet the needs of the communities. So in our ethnographic research, we're really looking for people at the both ends of the bell curve, the extremes. So people who aren't doing well and people who are doing super well. People like this don't hang out at social services. They are often in the communities. They don't engage with social services because social services often don't work for them. And so, we often hit, the parks, the malls, the libraries where people usually hang out and find them. So today I plan to engage them with some of the materials that I have with me. So I brought some flyers with me, explaining about what we do and who we are and what we are hoping to get. And so some offers and incentives as well. So we always try different materials, different offers, different language, framing, because we want to reach out to different kinds of people. And so this is more for people in this age bracket. We offer different things as well, treats from Starbucks or free movie tickets, groceries if they're interested. We have questions and prompts, so this is geared towards more of the younger age group. And so we have questions like, which group do you belong to? And so they could choose any of this. And how do they feel about their life at the moment? So is it going up? Is it more like this, confusing and lost, or is it going down? This is a very good prompt card to start a conversation with them. I really like working with people. For me, people are very interesting. We are very complex and we are full of contradictions and disconnects. Sometimes we say A, but we do B. We are not always rational. So for me, getting insights into what's really in people's head is super interesting. So I always enjoy really spending time with people and getting to know them and connect with them as people. There are some activities cards here. Can you pick stuff that you do during your weekends as well?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be precisely on the day, but then just roughly, do you do this?
Sure.
So the interview is just one piece of the whole research process. We actually hang out with them. We spend a lot of time in their context. So, we often look at how they organize their days and weeks and why. We ask people to choose the place where they want to do the interviews. And so this is for us to build trust with people. What about writing? What kind of writing? What types of writing do you do?
Journaling, honestly.
Yeah. So in their interview, we use visual prompts. And so visual prompts are pictures and storyboards and words that we present to people to get a reaction. It's hard to talk about something really abstract And so, we use prompts to help people to articulate better about what they mean with things, and we want to keep it, of course, open-ended, because then we give people a chance to fill in the meanings themselves. So for us, the interview is just the opening to further research, right, into people's life and understanding, again, the global picture of who they are in the world. In With Forward, we really, blend in social science and design. So, ethnographic research that we typically find outside of In With Forward is all about spending time with people to understand the what is. With design, we also think about what could be. So, we use both the analytical mindset and the generative and creative mindset. And so, that's really the unique part of this approach. We really blend these two different fields and disciplines to fill the gaps between where people want to be and where they are at. So we started with this research question. What is the lived experiences of young people who have some mental health challenges, and what's their source of self-esteem, what's their source of meaning and purpose in life, and what's their sense of belonging in communities. Today we're doing a quick dive in New Westminster in BC, and we are doing it with Massey Theatre, a local theatre, to understand people's perception and connection and relationship with the arts and cultural institution in the communities. We always partner and work with the local social service providers. And so we met Tara through a social service agency that we work with called the New Leaf. And so New Leaf has a clubhouse where people can come and hang out. They run a lot of programs. And so in one of the programs that they have, we came and shadowed the services. And so, yeah, we've done an interview with her. That was the first stage. And today is the second stage, which is the shadowing and understanding where the gap is between what she says and reports and what she does. The playback workshop is really meant to get people to be generative. And so we present stories of the people that we met, and we get to use the stories to segment people in different ways. The playback with Massey Theatre and some of their guests, social service organizations there, went really well, I think. So people got to use the stories, and they were generative, and they came up with lots and lots of ideas that could work for people that we talked to and the people that we met and the stories that we presented. And so, we don't want to be analytical too early in the process. We want to push boundaries. We want to reimagine, boundaries. And so, it's actually a pretty successful workshop, and people left feeling excited and energized about what's coming up next.
So the research that occurred and the contemplation of that research has actually landed. So for In With Forward to come in with the depth of work that they've done, and then listen and gather feedback and put it back through the lens of our organization and of our sector is extremely valuable.
The thing I'm most excited about continuing this process with In With Forward is to actually start piloting some programming and coming up with some ideas for what could it look like, what could this new type of arts program look like, and actually starting to, on a really sort of small scale, try some ideas, try some things out, and see if they connect with people, see if they get people excited, if they get people feeling like they actually belong here and have a right to be here and are excited to come to the Massey and do all these new things that we're going to be doing. That's really what I'm looking forward to, is starting to adapt some of what we're learning into programming.
So I think it's a critical transition from us to us and them. It's opening the door now where we start to be doing things more collaboratively or collectively and sharing the opportunities, and then that positions us for doing the work in the next stage in terms of, what could we do here? How could we test this? What might be some of the experiments we could try?
For us, it's more about, again, using that data in a different way, using data to generate ideas and opportunity areas that we could prototype later. So we're really hoping that we could inject that inspiration and get them to think about using data in a generative way, again, testing out that appetite for change, appetite for doing research and development in their social services.